What is going on, folks? We got another little update for you. Pokemon 151 literally was released today. They come with these brand new Holo Energies in the packs, and that's what we're going to be talking about. Fantastic set, really cool stuff, but the Holo Energies, honestly, kind of mind-boggling. So, what I've discovered, and I'm not sure how many people know about this yet, but the Holo Energies, see how they're sparkly and stuff? There's two different kinds of sparkly Holo Energies. So, in this case, we're going to call this the Gen 9 Galaxy Foil. This is like the style that you see for the Gen 9 promos. Anything starting from Scarlet and Violet, they have this holo pattern. Now, compare that to this card that we have back here. This holographic is different than the water holographic. This I would call the Gen 8 Cosmos style. This was the kind of holo pattern that you would see on the Generation 8 Sword Shield promos and stuff. One of the big indicators of this is the swirl. See how it's like that solid, not so thick, but like it's like a full line sort of swirl. Whereas the Gen 9 Galaxy style, the only swirls you would really see were these kind, where they were like broken apart by the holo pattern itself, you know, which you do kind of see in the Gen 8 style sometimes, but pretty different once you really start looking for it. Another big indicator, with the Gen 9 holos, you always have these large circular dots where you don't have them as often on the Gen 8 ones. But when you zoom in nice and close, if the camera would focus, if we could, there it is. See how those circles look like perfectly circular, not pixelated at all? That's the Gen 8 style of these like Cosmos stuff, which I was never a huge fan of. People thought they looked like the old cards, and I was like, you know, it's not the exact same. You got these perfect circles, whereas if we look at the Gen 9 Cosmos style, the big circles, when we zoom in, they're more pixely, and all of the smaller circles in between, they're all these like pixely style things. And we would see this holo pattern from like pretty much Wizards of the Coast era after Fossil, once they started doing the Galaxy sort of stuff, all the way up till the end of Gen 3. We would see these, pixely, just sort of starry. So yeah, if you're following, you can really tell the difference between the two. Let me show them both side by side. Now, a huge indicator, again, was that swirl, but most cards you're not going to get the swirls on. A lot of the Gen 9 Galaxy style you do find swirls on, but yeah, not so much with the Gen 8 Cosmos style. So if we hold them side by side and get up nice and close, it's a little tough with the lighting. Let me see if I can shine a light from a different angle. Yeah, you can just see the differences in like the pixelations and like how clean those circles are. So now, anyone who's trying to master set, you're basically going to want to make one collection of the energies with the Gen 8 Cosmos and one collection with the Gen 9 Galaxies. If you're, a perfectionist, you're going to have to do it. If you don't care as much, let's hope one day you don't get bothered by it. I feel it's like, if you don't do it now, you're going to forget, and then you're going to look at them, they're not going to be uniform, it's going to be like, come on. Now I got a few more energies, and we're basically going to look at them and decide which category they fall into. So take a look at this one. What would you say for this sort of one? Another water energy. If you can't tell already, I would call this a Gen 8 Cosmos style. The circles are all perfect. You don't get the sort of swirling that you had from the other thing. If you do look closely, though, there is like a mini swirl. But the swirls from the Gen 8 Cosmos style, they were either like perfect lines, or they were in this way where it was almost like two half swirls coming together, but they don't look like one of the classic swirls. So this I would put in the Gen 8 Cosmos pattern style. We got another fighting energy. Let's try to zoom in nice and close. Get some better light on there. It's tough to see on camera, but you know, when you're in person, you can really tell. So circles are looking perfect again instead of that pixelated style. I think it's pretty safe to say that there are two different styles altogether. So this, again, would be that Gen 8 Cosmos style. We got a psychic energy. Now, what would we say about this one? For me, I think the big indicator is look towards the big circles if there are any. In this case, doesn't look perfect, looks pixelated. All the other dots are looking pixelated. There's a swirl there, if you can see it. Now that's what the classic swirls look like. You'll never find that sort of swirl in a Gen 8 Cosmos Holo. So this one is a Gen 9 Galaxy foil. Then we got one last one. What do you think? Let's get nice and close. Large swirl. Pixelated looking shapes. Not the perfect circles. Almost said swirls. Even got the big circle there that you can really match up. That's going to be a Gen 9 Galaxy type. Then if we look at them all together, once you start paying attention to it, it's pretty easy to spot the differences and know which camp they're grouped into. So it's really interesting. It's like Pokemon literally took different holo foil sheets, I guess, and just printed them onto different batches of cards. What I've typically found so far, though, is if you open an ETB and hit one style of energy, any other styles of energies are going to be the same. I haven't found an ETB where you have one Galaxy and one Cosmos, say. They've all kind of stuck to the same thing. I don't know if this is a regional thing. I don't know. I'm in Canada. I don't know if anyone in other places haven't seen any of the ones. But yeah, there were these different holo patterns were in the same case of Elite Trainer boxes, so they were all kind of part of the same batch. And the fact that they don't really list these holo energies on the official like set lists for Pokemon 151, it's kind of like there's no, like there's not even an official thing that says there are 8 holo energies to collect. So now it's like there are 8 plus another 8. There's 16 unofficial sort of things that the master setters are gonna really need to get their hands on. If you end up thinking you have all of them, you might want to categorize them. Might be a little harder to find specific ones from the specific holo pattern, but that's the fun of it. So yeah, good luck to you all out there. Hope I didn't make this set way too hard for you. It shouldn't be too hard to find, but it's going to be tough to find the correct like listings online. The best thing is going to be to like trade people in real life, people that you see have the certain pattern. Because if you're buying online, no one's going to categorize these. So unless you have really good pictures of them. So yeah, good luck. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, possibly, you know, give it a little like ski, give it a little comment. Hit the subscribe button. help boost the algorithm, do all those things. I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Good luck with the collections. We'll catch you later. Take it easy.